Today on In the Woodyard, it's a delivery day. I got chunks of wood in my hand. They are oak. Oak's going in. We're gonna load some wood right now. It is the spectacular spring-like day in the Woodyard here today. We are in the middle, well, what's today? The 20th? Yeah, 20th of February. For those of you that don't know or haven't been around that much, my videos are always 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks ahead, or behind, however you look at it. I always have a lot of videos ready to go so that if I got something that comes up in my other business or if I'm going to be going somewhere, I got a video every day for you guys. I do that for you. So, being that it's the end of February, beautiful day today. It's about 30 degrees right now and it is about 8 o'clock in the morning. I got here early today because I have a delivery and I could have brought this delivery, taken it to this person any day this week. They said they were fine, but today's the last day, I think, that we're going to have that the ground just froze. Because it looks like for the next couple weeks, even in the evening, it's going to be in the 30s. And we're supposed to get 40s and 50s. So the ground might get a little soft. Now the frost is pretty much out as far as the depth of the frost. But when it gets to be this time of year, if I have to come out here and get wood for a delivery, I try to do it right away in the morning, even if I'm doing it later in the day, because it can turn a little greasy out here, and it does happen. So for those of you that are in this part of the world, you know, when it's frost time going out in the spring of the year, which normally is a month from now, we're just way ahead on everything. I love the global warming. If it's real, it feels good. Today is supposed to be almost 50 degrees. Tomorrow is going to be 50, the next day 50, and it's supposed to stay in the 30s. So I'm going to try to get this delivery done today right away this morning. I'm going to load up a full trailer load full, which is going to be 2 face cords. Going to put one of oak in, that's what this is, and then we're going to put one of hard maple. And the reason I'm doing that is that this customer always gets oak, but I have a ton of hard maple. So I could have delivered her all oak like she wanted, but I told her, I said, I've got oak and I can bring you oak, but I also have hard maple, which I haven't had in the past, and it's awesome firewood for burning in a fireplace. And she's got a little, it's like a ceramic stove thing she has in her living room that pretty much heats one whole half of her house. She raises dogs and she's got litters of puppies right now, and she likes to have the that area really warm for them. So she gets usually 3 loads a year. So she buys 2 full cords, but she gets 2/3 of a cord or 2 face cords each time. Usually in the fall, middle of winter, and then in the spring. So this will be the 3rd load I'm going to be taking her. So I'm going to load this up and then we're going to go deliver it. And this is also one that she's, I shouldn't say elderly, she's about my age. She's probably in her early 60s. But she's single and she doesn't have a lot of room in her garage where we put the wood because she wants it close to the house. So we stack it right down the middle of her garage. She's got a double door. And so I back up the trailer as close as I can get. We tip the trailer all the way up and then we grab the pieces. You only got to take a step or two and we stack it. Now, I don't charge her for this because I've been delivering wood to her now for, it's got to be 8 or 9 years. It's been quite a long time. And I don't charge her for it because the first time I delivered to her, she asked, because she had an injury, or I think her arm was in a cast. It was in a sling, that's what it was. She asked if I could help her. So I said, well, sure, I'll help you. So I kind of started the precedent that I was helping her way back a long time ago. But that very first time I stacked for her, she gave me $20 tips, which is what I would have charged her anyway for having me help her do it. I usually charge 20 bucks for a face cord to stack it if I can back right up to the pile. But for her, I didn't charge her the first time, but she gave me $20 tip. Well, every single time that I've delivered wood to her, so that's 3 times a year, she gives me a $20 tip. Every single time. One time she gave me, I think one time she gave me 50 bucks because I did it all myself that one time. So she's paying me to do it, but she thinks she's giving me a tip. I'm happy, she's happy. Everybody's happy. That's the name of the game. Make people happy. Okay, chucking time. So there's about 1/3 of a cord of oak. Might be a little more, might be a little less, don't know. It's close enough. So what I've been doing is I've been cleaning out this bin. So from that end there, I took all this stuff through the winter, and then now I was just right in this section. So all I got left for oak right there, that's white oak, pretty much right in there. Some red, but mainly white. So I've been cleaning this section out, and I just want to show you guys this. If I can tip the camera down here and tip it in there. This is the bin that I made the 2 on the outside. So there's a pallet on the outside edge, on this side, and on that side, and then in the middle I put pallets on top of those so that it was lifted up. So there's, I don't know, like 6 inches or so, 5 inches underneath the pallets in the middle. So there's basically an open alley all the way down the middle. You can see the pallets going down there too that are on top. And so what this is the only bin I did this with, just kind of as an experiment, but the wood dried just awesome in here. It was just excellent. So this will be sold, this wood right here, and then all this will be filled in again real soon. And on that end down there, you can see the new wood that's in there. That is mixed hardwood, which is what's in the bin back over that way. And so this will be all mixed hardwood in here because we've got a lot of it to put in here. So there won't be oak in this bin anymore. And then over here, this is all oak that can be sold through this year yet. And then once this wood sells off, then we will put new oak in here. And then it's very possible that we will put another bin out here somewhere, maybe across the back, I'm not sure. Maybe even 2 of them. And we'll probably put oak into that because the old oak bin is going to be filled up with all mixed hardwood real soon. And then this oak will sell off here. This is all red oak in here. So basically, we're just kind of going with what's open as far as where we're going to put the new wood, getting rid of wood as we sell it, and then adding more bins. Now, the one thing I did wrong is that I did not make these wide enough. I should have made wider spaces in between here. I can drive between them. As you can see, the trailer fits just fine. I can drive right down the middle of these, but what we can't do is we can't bring the tractor in here and turn sideways. Can't really do that. And what we need is enough room so we can make a turn approach with the grapple or the bucket and dump wood in, which is kind of what we did over on that back side over there into this bin. I'll show you over here. And then right here, this one, Bert was able to come in here with the skid steer right here and turn around and dump wood in. And with the tractor, I dumped it from the end because the tractor can't turn tight enough like a skid steer can. And so then over here, Bert came in here and he was able to dump on this side. And I was able, as you can see by all the mud that we tore up in here, I was able to come in on this side and dump all wood into the bins here. So basically you need more space in order to dump into the bins with the grapple or the bucket. And then right here is where the new wood stops, and this is all new stuff going this way, and this was all last year's wood. So this will all be sold off this summer. I'm quite sure this will all sell because I do sell a lot of campfire wood, and that's what that'll all be sold for. So anyway, there you go. We got it loaded with the oak. Now I'm going to go over to the hard maple and we're going to finish it off. We're going to fill it up the rest of the way with hard maple. That's where it was. I dug it out of there, tossed it into there. So each of those 1/3 of a cords or face cords takes about 10 minutes for me to throw in. If I go fast as I can do it in 5 or 6. I'm not in that big a hurry today. Beautiful day out today. Sun is shining, birds are singing. I hear crows, geese, stuff like that. Here is why I wanted to do this morning. Obviously the sun came up. It was real foggy this morning when I got up, but I knew it was going to be sunny today, and I knew that if I got in here right away and got it loaded, the wood, that I would get this done before the grease happened. And the grease is already happening because the sun's been on this now for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. And here, look at this. This is what it looks like. So it turns to that. So it's just on the top, but that's going to get all over on everything. It gets all greasy out here. We had, in the last couple nights, it was in the probably the teens the last couple nights during the night. So the ground froze down probably a good inch, however far down it freezes, because it's still wet on top from the snow melting. But now that the sun is out, it's probably going to be the last day, I think, unless we get a big cold stretch in 3 weeks. But the long-term forecast is that it's going to be nice out. Nice meaning 40s to 50 for the daytime and lows of 30 at night. So I think our winter is pretty much done. And because we've had a gradual melt off already this year with the snow, because we had very little snow, the frost being out, I think things are going to dry up really nice. Now, some people were asking me, when in the heck are we going to get gravel? Well, I don't know. We'll see. We were talking about it the other day. I was talking with Bert and his dad, Keith. Keith owns the property here. We're thinking what we might do is we might get a couple loads now, and then maybe a couple loads sometime this fall. And the gravel stops right about there, and there's a little bit of gravel here. You can't see it because it's kind of ground in, but the gravel stops right about up there. And we thought what we would do is put gravel back to like about here. So maybe 2 or 3 loads right here, and then I can have wood like this cherry, and I can rebuild this bin bigger once this wood all sells off, because this wood will all sell off. This is the stuff I sell for my pizza place, buys all this stuff. This is the smaller splits, and that's maybe, geez, I would say one more load there, maybe a load and a half, and then this will be done. And I'm going to rearrange this whole thing. I'm going to build a bigger bin right here, and then I think we're going to put oak here next to the snowman, the guard. We're going to probably make a bigger bin here and put oak in here, because we've got all that oak from over there that we've got to get in here. I think that's where we're going to put it. And that way, if we have the gravel running from right there all the way back here, even when it gets sloppy, messy, slimy out here, I'll be able to get at the cherry, I'll be able to get at this oak, and then that hard maple, that's real easy to go off the pavement, and I only got to go a little ways there, so maybe we'll put a little gravel there, and I'll be able to access most of the stuff. And then our other idea is that if we ran the gravel back, I don't know, somewhere back about to where we turn here, right on this corner, and then if we did another load going right to those bins, that way we could back up to those bins and get at all that mixed hardwood over there. So I really don't need gravel everywhere, but if I could just get it to where during the sloppy season, the muddy season in the spring, or if we get, torrential rain where we get a couple inches and it turns to pudding out here and I got to get at some wood, I'll be able to get at enough stuff that I can have deliveries. So maybe we'll do some gravel this year. Maybe we'll do some more next year. I don't know. We'll see. Not in that big a hurry, because right now it's working out pretty good. We can pretty much get where we got to go, and so it's working good. So the load is on. Down the road we go. We're going to go do a kind of a tip and then a stack. So I am stacking wood. So for those of you that like to stack, today's a stacking day. I have returned to the Woodyard, and I backed up the baby dumper and disconnected it. And it is a beautiful day, and I'm going to go do something that's not firewood related. I got another job I got to go do. So that is it for today, folks. I will see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to sharpen some chainsaws. It's been a while since I've done a good sharpening on my chainsaws and done a video of it. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So come on back tomorrow. It'll be fun. Tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Right now, go watch all the other videos. There's 1,300 waiting for you right now. Good night, Irene.
So what you're going to see is Bert's dad, Keith, made a tool that we're going to use for tightening the gland on the ram. The gland is coming loose, and there's really no way for us to get a hold of it with any of the wrenches we had. We actually broke one trying to tighten it. So I put the ram forward so we can get at the gland. It's the collar that holds the whole cylinder together there. It was loose by about maybe like 1/8 of an inch right there. And so he made this tool out of some chain with a pipe you weld on. He said it took him like a couple minutes to make it. And what we're going to do is wrap it around it and then pull the chain up through the tube with a piece of wire you're going to see here in a little bit. And then we were able to get enough leverage on it that we could tighten it, because there was really no real easy way to do it. But if Bert would have been there, it would have been a lot easier, because we forgot to turn the key on and then go through the levers and let off the pressure, because there was pressure on here from running it that built up in the hydraulics. And if we would have taken that pressure off, it would have been a lot easier. And then I think the next day Bert and his dad went, because there was still a little bit of a gap there, and Bert started the machine up and then turned it off, then turned the key on to get the electronics to relieve the pressure on the hydraulics, and it worked. So Keith's trying to stuff the chain up in there, but we couldn't get it to go up far enough. So what we ended up doing is running a wire down through the tube and then pulling the chain up. You're going to see that in just a little bit here. And by doing that, it made it so that we could get the chain up inside of there into the tube, so that when we put pressure on it, it tightened up pretty easily for us, and we were able to get enough leverage that we could tighten it up. And when I was laying on the big lever he made there, I had almost all my weight on it, and if we would have just relieved the pressure, it would have made it a lot easier. But you'll see, well, we were able to turn it, and we were able to get it tightened up. And then the next day, Bert did drill a hole between the gland and the cylinder, and was able to put a set screw into it so that it won't back off anymore. And this is pretty common occurrence, I guess, with the rams, where the cylinder will, the gland will loosen up a little bit from all the pressure from repetitive use. So normally they just have a spanner wrench that will attach onto the gland nut, and then you can tighten it. But we didn't have a big enough one, so Keith made one, and it worked awesome. So check this out.
I'm pushing down on it so it didn't move yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Jeez, that thing is, I'm pushing pretty hard.
Okay.
A little more.
Well, let's just go up a little bit. Watch your back.
Oh, we're losing it. Here,
Now I gotta get some around here.
I'll go a little farther.
We can. Okay, try her there.
There, got it.
You biting?
Yep, I got it.
Just put a steady pressure on her. Well, keep a pull on the chain and go back up again.
I almost feel like I'm going to bend the pipe.
Well, I just didn't know if I had made it out of heavy enough stuff or not.
Oh yeah, that's working. Here we go. Just watch your fingers.
Well, that's why I was just waiting to get it good and tight.
Yeah,
Keep going.
that's like most of my weight.
Yeah.
I'm way out on the end.
All right, let's go back up again. It works good when we're up here.
Yeah.
In that one area.
Right there.
Okay.
Jeez. It won't go.
Yep, there.
I can't get enough leverage on it.
There we go. Oh, okay.
You good there?
Very snug. I think we're going to run out of
Yeah.
grab pretty soon. That's probably as tight as we're going to get it.
Yeah, I think so. Not too shabby for a farmer fix.
There. Now I guess just watch it.
Well,
Otherwise, do the same thing that.
like Bert said, we drill a little hole and put a screw in it. Well, that's pretty impressive. So we tightened her up, and we started with about an 1/8 inch gap there. So now what we'll probably do is we'll drill a hole right there and put a screw in there, like a set screw, and that way it won't be able to turn anymore. We did that on the Ultra too. So, but we took both of us. One guy would not have been weight enough to turn this thing. Basically, all it is a piece of 60 drive here, welded on the pipe, and then we put it up through the pipe, tightened it up, We ran the wire up the pipe so we could pull it up tight, and so you saw how it works. So there it is. So we got a new tool for the wood yard.